So let's start with what is trending. According to Alhaji Mohammed Idris, speaking on Channel Television, I can authoritatively tell you we have paid that debt fully. This has gone a long way to show investors from outside the country that the seriousness and capacity to pay back loans will increase the rating, and Nigeria is much more responsible in repaying its debts. Let's take a look.
Council, upon the approval of the President and Council, has also directed the Bureau for Public Procurement to communicate the new threshold on procurement of goods and services. You will agree with me that the threshold has been there for a very long time, and this is also contributing to the number of memos that come to the Federal Executive Council for approval. So there is a new approval. Details will be communicated by the Bureau of Public Procurement. This will, notify MDAs on the new threshold for project goods and services. Second, Council has also taken note of the increased collaboration that government is desirous of doing with the private sector, and in that direction has directed all MDAs, especially at the Ministry of Works and others that deal with critical infrastructure, to collaborate more with the private sector in terms of infrastructure development. What I'm trying to say is that government is saying that there is the increasing need for people in the private sector to participate actively in our economic growth here as a nation, and therefore wherever there are private sector players that can participate using their own funds, and we have seen an increased appetite among private sector players to come in and contribute their own quota towards the infrastructure revamp of the economy, especially in the area of roads construction. So Council has directed that there must be this increased collaboration with the private sector players, so that together the economy can grow. There is also an acknowledgement, and I'm sure you have seen that in the news in the last few days, the creativity of Mr. President and his acumen is brought to the fore, where Nigeria is able to exit the $3.4 billion COVID loan fund that was given by the IMF. Of course, I saw some cynicism in some quarters whether this is actually true or not. We can report authoritatively that Nigeria has indeed exited from that debt, and what that means is that we have paid that debt fully. Of course, this was taken during the COVID time, before the coming of this administration. But President Mohammed Idris Exposêd, in his usual way, is seeing government as a continuum, and therefore has directed that government will exit that, and government has indeed exited that debt. Now, this has gone a long way to show investors, especially investors from outside this country, about the seriousness and the capacity of government to pay off loans once they take it. It has indeed increased our rating the world over, and people are actually very happy that Nigeria is indeed much more responsible in terms of meeting its debt obligation. Council also noted that, and the President has really shown commitment for Nigeria to continue to be disciplined in terms of its borrowing for our national development. I think these are some of these. There's also a conversation, a discussion around some vendors, scrap metal vendors or miners or whatever you call them. We have seen an increased activity among people who unscrupulously go to steal some of these government assets on the road, by the bridges, and critical metals that people just go and take and then go and sell. The federal government is already mulling the possibility of criminalizing this. Of course, we already have some of these laws in existence, but we are looking at them in depth, and the Attorney General of the Federation has been directed to look at that. There's an increased activity, that government has noted, where people go, especially in the cover of the night, to remove some of these government assets, iron metals and scraps, and then go to sell them to other individuals, who in turn now recycle them and bring them back to the market. There's an increased activity that government has noted along that direction, and therefore government feels very much concerned and is taking a closer look at how this.
All right, let's read some special comments. This person wrote, after claiming IMF debt was cleared, data reveals Tinubu's government still owes 274 billion naira in charges. All right, let's look at the next comment. This person wrote, President Bola Tinubu will be remembered forever in the history of Nigeria. Are you sure? People are praising him while others are saying otherwise. Some people say Tinubu is the worst president ever in the country, while some people still believe that Tinubu is the best president ever in Nigeria. Well, let's take a look at the next comment. This person wrote, even the great Obasanjo did not manage to do this with all his book club and public announcements, and instead of paying off the debt, paid himself. Well, Obasanjo also tried. In his time, we can recall that he did so many things that he is remembered for. So we just hope Tinubu should do something that will make others to remember him. All right, let's take the next comment. This person wrote, so how much and which people will they owe now? Well, you they ask me, if you ask me, Umi go ask how much. Let's take the next comment, guys. This person wrote, when you borrow, what do you do with it? Tinubu has borrowed $10 billion less than 2 years. He ringed himself as president. This one loud though. President, you mean say na Tinubu enter by himself? Well, we all know what really happened in 2023 election. So let's believe that 2027 election won't be the same as 2023. Well, let's take the next comment. This person wrote, obedient won't come and see this. So thank you, P-Bat. Come to think of it, wetin you say make obedient people can't see? I no understand wetin don really happen. I never see anything wey don happen. Like, I never really see anything wey blast our feet talk. Wetin you come say make obedient people can't see? Una know say some people still dey support Tinubu and some people still dey support Peter Obi. This person wey say make obedient can't see, na this person na Tinubu fans, he dey support Tinubu, so he dey call Peter Obi people say wey they can't see wetin Tinubu dey do, say Tinubu does do something better for Nigeria. This person he really like Tinubu, I swear. But the truth still remains that we want our president to do something that we'll remember him for. Though we all think that he forced himself into that position. Of course, we know what happened in the year 2023 general election, but let's not hold that as grudges. Let's forget those things that's passed already. Let's make a better future for ourselves. I just pray Tinubu should listen to all those things that we are saying and make a change in this country. Like they said, good name is better than riches. It is better you do something that will make people to remember you. Like during the time of Obasanjo, we remembered him with something. During that time, handset and other things came out. So we believe that it's during his time we can see something to talk about, that he was able to do this, he was able to do that. So Tinubu should do something tangible so that before he will leave, I don't know if he's going to continue in 2027 or if he's going to vacate the seat for another person to take over. But anyhow it is, whatever it is, we believe that we should fight for our country. We should make sure that this country goes forward. So guys, what do you think about this whole issue? Please drop your comments in the comment section of this video. And if you are just coming across this channel for the very first time, very much welcome. Please hit on the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell icon to get notified on time whenever I upload any latest video. I will not fail to appreciate all my subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing, and to those who are yet to subscribe, also thank you. Please hit on the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon to get notified on time whenever I upload any latest video. This is Southern News. I will see you in the next video.